Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are going over the spell Guardian of Faith. I'm giving this one a C+. It is not one of my favorite spells. It's just okay, and it's just there. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. All right, so I got a couple of reasons why I'm giving this a lower grade. The first one is, yes, it says it lasts for 8 hours, but once it's activated, it doesn't last for 8 hours. So it is something that can be used out of combat, kind of, but it's probably better used in. I mean, I guess it has equal out of combat and in combat. In combat, it's not going to last forever. All right, it is a 4th level spell that is usable by clerics, life domain clerics, light domain clerics, Oath of Devotion, and Oath of Crown paladins, and the Celestial Warlock. Now, it takes an action to cast it. It has a range of 30 feet. So if you're one of these clerics that doesn't stay within combat range, it's not a great range. It's only a verbal. It lasts for 8 hours, no concentration, so that's pretty good. And you summon this large spectral guardian. It's hovering in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see. The guardian does occupy a space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your deity. Any creature hostile to you that moves within a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. If it fails, it takes 20 radiant damage, half as much, which is 10 on a successful, and the guardian disappears when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. So, which means if you get 3 failures, it attacks 3 times. It attacks. I'm doing that in quotation marks. It does its thing 3 times, and then it's gone. So that's why it doesn't last for 8 hours. Now, out of combat, you could put this somewhere, and it would essentially, I guess, activate if something tried to break into like your place or whatever, but it's not going to warn you. The only warning that you might get is if the thing gets hit and it screams. So it's not really even a warning device. It just does damage, and it occupies a space. So it can, I guess, in combat can be used for a little bit of battlefield control to kind of dissuade things from coming near you and attacking you, or as a little extra bit of damage that a paladin has when they're doing their thing. So one of the other reasons that I kind of give this a lower grade is because you have a lot of choices that you have to fill with spells that you prepare or you choose or whatever. You have a limited number of spell slots. So if we look at, and I'm just going to pick 4th level spells that are open to paladins and clerics. So Aura of Life, straight paladins can get that. Twilight Domain clerics can get it. That's an awesome spell. You absolutely want this spell. Aura of Purity is another one. We've gone over this one. Another great spell, paladins and peace domain clerics get it. Another great one you know that I would take over that. Banishment is another great one that clerics and paladins get. That's another good one. Death Ward is another great one. Divination can be extremely useful for clerics. Of course, Find Greater Steed is another one. And these are all, if you take Guardian of Faith, then you're taking a spot away where you might be able to take one of these other spells. We haven't gone over these other ones, but Staggering Smite is pretty good. Locate Creature can be used for all kinds of different things. So, you have to kind of think about it that way. Is this going to be better than another spell that I could be taking? In combat or out of combat, is it going to be able to solve a problem that I or my party is going to have, that kind of thing? Now, the good thing about this spell, will say the one good thing about this spell is it does radiant damage. There's not a whole lot of stuff that is resistant to radiant damage, And there is quite a few things, if you look at this list here, of things that are vulnerable to radiant damage. And we just got done doing the last encounter for the Tomb of Annihilation. My players fought the Atropole, which is vulnerable to radiant damage. It's got 225 hit points, and it's vulnerable to radiant damage. So quite a few things in here. Shadow demons are vulnerable. Shadows are vulnerable. So I mean, there is all of that with this spell, but otherwise, it's just okay. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.